Next. Hello, and what's your name? My name is Robert. I'm gonna play the most hardest piano piece upside down. Okay, Robert, you can start whenever you're ready. Robert, what are you thinking? This is America's Got Talent. Do you really think that this is going to impress us? I mean, like, can you do it? Next. Hello, and what's your name? My name is Bob. Okay, Bob, can you tell us a bit more about yourself? When I was 0 years old, I dislocated my hair. Congratulations, Bob. You have just won $1 million. Thank you.
Once hailed as the kingmaker of modern music, Simon Cowell has gone from judging chart-topping talent to becoming the internet's latest punchline. Once the man with the magic touch, everything he touched turned to platinum. Now, it all just turns to dust. From explosive lawsuits and shocking health scares, to fading fame and a trail of ruined careers, Simon Cowell didn't just fall off, he crashed hard. So how did one of the most powerful men in entertainment lose it all? Let's break it down. Rewind back to the early 2000s, Simon Cowell was everywhere. American Idol, X Factor, Britain's Got Talent. He wasn't just judging, he was building empires. With his stone-cold stare and brutally honest critiques, Simon turned insults into a brand. He made millions by signing artists no one believed in, and watching them break records like One Direction, James Arthur, and Il Divo, all global phenomenons. Simon was the puppet master behind the scenes, a ruthless executive, a billionaire tastemaker. If your dream was to sing in front of the world, Simon Cowell was the man to impress. But fame? Fame always comes with a timer ticking in the background. Fast forward a decade. The shows were still on air, but the magic was starting to wear off. American Idol began to feel oversaturated with recycled talent and predictable storylines. The X Factor started losing its audience season after season, unable to keep up with newer, fresher formats. Simon's once-winning formula was starting to feel tired. The over-the-top drama, the emotional manipulation, the same golden buzzer reused every season. What once felt like a groundbreaking revolution in talent discovery had now become a tired routine. And fans weren't shy about voicing it. Social media lit up with complaints like, "Same old stories, rigged results. Simon just doesn't care anymore." Then came the scandals. The behind-the-scenes manipulation, the contracts, the accusations, the artists who said they felt trapped, overworked, underpaid, and creatively controlled. Suddenly, Simon didn't look like the genius mentor. He looked like the villain. And then, the bombshell. In 2020, Simon Cowell completely shut down Psycho Music, the record label he had spent decades building. Let that sink in. Psycho was once a powerhouse, home to the biggest acts on TV, and now it's gone. Simon said he wanted to focus on TV production instead, but the real reason was the music industry left me behind. Streaming had taken over. YouTube, TikTok, independent labels. The new wave had arrived. And Simon was still stuck in 2010. Artists no longer needed TV shows to get famous. The gatekeeper had lost the keys. And speaking of losing control, let's talk about One Direction. Simon's crown jewel, his biggest success story, and also, arguably, his biggest loss. He signed them on X Factor, branded them, molded them, launched them. But then they blew up and walked away, one by one. Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Niall Horan, they all left Psycho. They all went solo, and they all started shading the system that built them. Zayn called the contracts restrictive. Harry subtly distanced himself from his X Factor origins. Liam spoke about the toxic pressure and fake stories. One Direction made Simon rich, then exposed the cracks in his empire. And today, not a single member is signed to him. But it didn't stop at fading music careers. Simon's name started popping up in headlines for all the wrong reasons. Former contestants began speaking out. Accusations of being overworked, controlled, mentally exhausted. One boy band from X Factor UK claimed they were pushed to the edge, forced into grueling 18-hour rehearsals with barely any rest, and told exactly what to wear, say, and sing. They said creative freedom, it didn't exist. Everything was scripted to fit a brand. And then there's the infamous Red Triangle situation, where it was revealed that Simon's production team allegedly pushed hard for sad backstories and emotionally charged edits to manipulate viewers and boost ratings. It wasn't just bad press, it was reputation damage. The same man who once claimed he was changing lives was now being accused of ruining them. As if all that wasn't enough, Simon's own body began to betray him. In 2020, he suffered a serious electric bike accident at his Malibu home. He broke his back in multiple places, underwent a 6-hour surgery, and disappeared from TV for months.
Simon Cowell is recovering this morning from surgery. Serious, he broke his back riding an electric bicycle.
This morning, America's Got Talent's Simon Cowell was recovering from a terrible e-bike accident. The tough-as-nails judge tweeting Sunday, "I have broken part of my back."
Is this going anywhere?
A rep for the star telling ABC News that the fall from his bike happened while he was testing a new electric bike in the courtyard of his home in Malibu with his family.
And then, just as he recovered, another fall. In 2022, he crashed again. More injuries, more surgeries, more media headlines about how Simon didn't look the same anymore. Photos of his drastically changed face sparked rumors. Fans were confused, that was it, plastic surgery or botched Botox. They couldn't recognize him. The internet was ruthless, meme after meme like Dot. His return to TV didn't help. Even his on-screen presence felt off. Quieter, less confident, almost robotic. The sharp-tongued Simon Cowell we knew, gone. Even America's Got Talent, his last standing gig, couldn't escape the chaos. Behind the scenes, AGT was facing accusations of discrimination, toxicity, and favoritism. Even some judges left the show, alleging a toxic work environment and claiming that Simon himself smoked indoors despite health warnings. NBC launched an internal investigation. It didn't end well. Simon's role in the controversy? Downplayed, brushed off, but never forgotten. People weren't just questioning the shows anymore. They were questioning him, his judgment, his ethics, his legacy. Now let's talk about what really seals the deal in today's world. Public opinion, and right now, the internet has turned on Simon Cowell hard. Twitter threads, YouTube exposés, TikToks dragging his past behavior, they're everywhere. From old clips where he made harsh comments about contestants' looks, to montages of him ruining lives with one sentence. Gen Z doesn't find him funny. They find him cruel. What used to be branded as tough love is now called bullying. And while Simon might not care what people think, his brand sure does. Because networks do, advertisers do, streaming platforms do. And when the audience checks out, so does your relevance. So here we are, a man who once ruled the music industry, who discovered legends, who made billions, now reduced to clickbait titles and awkward interviews. The Simon Cowell of 2024 is not feared, is not respected, is not even relevant. He's a reminder of an old era, one that the industry has outgrown, where once he could make or break a career with a single look. Now, he's just hoping people remember who he is. And that's the saddest part. Simon Cowell didn't just fall off, he overstayed. He kept pushing the same formula until the world stopped watching. He ignored the signs, the shifts, the backlash, until it was too late. From rising stars to lawsuits, bike crashes, plastic surgery rumors, and fading shows. Simon Cowell just lost everything. Let us know what you think. Is it too late for a comeback? Or is Simon finally facing the music? Hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. And subscribe for more internet culture deep dives. Because next time, it could be your favorite celebrity.